Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another Sonic Info and Thoughts video. Once again about Sonic Frontiers because we got a 7-minute gameplay video as promised from IGN. This one is focusing on exploration. However, there is still more to come this week because a producer from IGN did confirm on Twitter that there is more Sonic Frontiers gameplay on the way for Friday, which is going to be focused on Sonic's combat in this game. So I'm looking forward to that. Will it be like Bayonetta? Yeah, that should be interesting. I have already watched the gameplay video a few times and I've seen some people's reactions, and oh boy, it is not being great to say the least, which is not a good sign for Frontiers. Personally, I'm not ready to write off this game yet. I don't feel like the games are already doomed for another 5 years, or that the movies are going to be the only good thing to look forward to with Sonic anymore, but I am definitely concerned. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So it starts off with this kind of interesting sweeping shot, and I don't think the environment looks too bad from this angle. There's definitely worse ones we'll see later. IGN does note that this is the first location that Sonic ends up at the beginning of the game, so maybe later ones will have more life to them. I don't know. I think there's supposed to be 3 islands according to the leak, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. In a bit, we will see another sweeping shot, which looks worse in my opinion. It kind of reminds me of how barren the world looks in Pokemon Legends Arceus, which was a big reason why I skipped on that game, because the world just looks so dull, even though the gameplay looks decent. And then we have Sonic running here, and it gets apparent pretty quickly that this resembles Forces in terms of the movement, and I don't know, Sonic just looks a little stiff. I feel like his movement could look more fluid, especially when he's turning, and then we got some, I don't know what that is exactly, that Sonic got out of those containers there. And then we have Sonic parkouring. Okay, that is pretty neat. I'm glad we can run up walls like that. I think parkour just makes a lot of sense for Sonic. And then we have some other collectibles here, still not really sure what this is. I do wish they had shown the UI in this instead of it being like, you know, like in The Sims 4 where you're just in like tab mode. It's kind of like that. And then we go up the wall here. Now this is a little confusing. He hits a boost panel, then he slows down and starts climbing, and then he starts running again. What is going on here? What is it that triggers the climbing? What is it that makes him able to run up the wall? I don't know. Yeah, see here it kind of looks like, yeah, just like kind of Forces, which is odd because Forces levels are meant to be more straight lines, whereas this is more an open world, so it's just kind of weird that Sonic's turning just looks stiff there. And then, yeah, we're just on the top of this tower here. Yeah, it does look nice. I mean, the rails still look kind of random, but yeah, the kind of like ocean looks neat and a lot of the other environmental graphics, but yeah, I do wish Sonic's model looked better. And oh yes, the rail grinding flipping animations. Yeah, that also looks off. I don't know, it's just like, it looks wonky. Maybe not as bad as the tornado attack animation we saw in the teaser, but still could use some refinement. And then we have Sonic using the homing attack on some balls here. There's probably some kind of explanation, hopefully, to those existing in the world, but yeah, still not sure about that. And then we have, I guess, like a little quest to wall run there, but unfortunately they just skip that entirely and go to some rail grinding. So yeah, this kind of reminds me of a Sonic game, just going around there. I don't know what the heart's for. And then they also avoid this enemy because, you know, the combat's gonna come in a later video. But the quick stepping, that's confirmed, just did that on the bridge. There we go, some more rail grinding. Whoa, the angles! And we're about to see some wall running, which actually is the animation is just like Lost World. I think it is actually ripped from that game. So yeah, that's kind of cool. That is something different from Breath of the Wild. I'm going through some more rings, do tricks. So the trick animation's like, what happened here? The ones in Generations look so much better. So it's another thing that just looks unfinished. I mean, I know the game's not supposed to come out until the holidays, but the game is probably almost finalized at this point. I believe games have to be ready to ship about a month in advance of the release date, because I remember especially when physical games were like the thing and digital wasn't really around yet. So that was a thing, and then companies would announce that the game has gone gold, and that would happen about a month early. And see, here especially, this is something I haven't seen anybody discuss yet. Why doesn't Sonic react to the environment at all? Like, he does this little puzzle. I thought he'd be like, I wonder how I do this, and then when he finishes to be like, yeah, let's go! I don't know, just something along those lines, because Sonic is known for having such a, like, an upbeat personality with attitude, and he's so silent in this footage. It is really weird to me. And now he's doing this whole spin cycle on this fire over here, which kind of like scans the world, and then this rail that pops in, is that from actually solving that, or is that like another tech issue? Because you might have already noticed by now, there is some really weird pop-in, and it makes me wonder even more, how is this Switch gonna handle this? Because this is probably like the next gen version on the latest PlayStation and Xbox consoles. And then we're just running down here. Oh yeah, we're gonna see a seagull in a second, aren't we? Yeah! Well, it's probably not actually Seagull, but it kind of reminds me of one. It's funny how it's actually like keeping up with Sonic. It's that fast, look at it! Oh, that's so random. And then you have Sonic kind of like boosting over and over again, so it is kind of strange. Can you not just keep running? Or is it like Link in Breath of the Wild, where Sonic might have a bit of stamina and you just have to do it? But then you can just do it again right away, I guess. So it's another thing that is really confusing me here, especially since we can't see the UI. Look at all these birds. But yeah, there's a lot of open space in this world. I mean, it's expected to have some because Sonic is so fast, but it still kind of feels like there's a bit too much of that open space. But again, it is the first world. Maybe it is just meant to be a bit easier so you can get your bearings, and then the other two islands will have a lot more going on, but I don't know yet. And I don't know how long it will be before we even see those other places. And okay, yeah, we have another puzzle that's just being solved here. So okay, yeah, puzzles confirmed for Frontiers, although, yeah, it's kind of to give it a second try. But, yep, just going through that. So, I guess that is a nice thing, kind of varying up the gameplay a bit more. Though it's kind of like, well, it's not other characters like in the adventure era, but then there's that collectible there, I guess, because I think a leak mentioned something about like the Korok seeds in Breath of the Wild, so maybe that's it. And there's these cute little creatures over there. This is Sonic's the right hand side. And there we got the hamster wheel that does something that I'm not sure. Well, I guess just summons that thing. And it ends. That's it. It's kind of strange. Like, when I learned that it was going to be 7 minutes long, I was like, oh, geez, they're going to show off a lot here. But no, they just focus on exploration. I was hoping maybe we could see a little bit of a cutscene too, because I know Ian Flynn is supposed to be writing this game, and that makes me excited because Ian Flynn writes the Sonic comics right now, and he has been doing that for a long time, and he's a great writer for Sonic, and I definitely trust him with my favorite Sonic characters. So yeah, I'm wondering how the story is going to work in connection with all this stuff that is going on with the open world, or open zone as the game's marketing is calling it. I will say though that environmentally the game does look very pretty. We have the issues with the pop-in and also the animations looking wonky, but in terms of the aesthetics, yeah, this game looks pretty nice. I think one major thing that would have made Frontiers a lot better gameplay-wise was if they brought momentum into this, because sure, not every Sonic game needs momentum to be great. I mean, look at Unleashed, Colors, and Generations. But for this open world formula that's new to Sonic, I think it would have worked out a lot better, because then you feel more engaged in the environment, because then you're paying attention to how the slopes are, especially, so that you can speed up when you're going down hills. It's like, okay, time to do a spin dash, and then when you're going up the hills, you want to run so that you won't have as much resistance. Then, yeah, I think it would feel not as rigid and just feel a lot more just dynamic and fun throughout. Come to think of it, Sonic Adventure is a 3D Sonic game with momentum-based physics and some kind of open worlds with the 3 adventure fields that you can explore and then go to the levels from there. So I guess they should have taken more inspiration from Sonic Adventure rather than just taking the easy way out and reusing this sort of like Forces-esque movement. Especially since they've spent so long on this game, I was expecting more. Oh yeah, and even with the movement in Sonic Adventure, it looks a lot more interesting, where the turning feels a lot better, and I also love the running animation in Sonic Adventure, where he bounces as he runs. I think that would have also been good for an open world game like this one. I guess I don't really have much else to say, really. I'm surprised this video isn't way longer. But we are going to have more gameplay throughout the month, including that combat one on Fridays, so we'll see how that goes. But I am, at least for now, still worried about how Frontiers is going to turn out. I almost feel the same way about The Sims, where it's like both The Sims and Sonic. We really need a win in both franchises in terms of the games and not just the multimedia, so oh boy. It definitely sucks that both my favorite gaming franchises are not in a good place, because for a while it was like either one or the other at least was in a good place, but now it's both. But what do you think of the Sonic Frontiers gameplay so far? Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I'll talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!